I unplugged the router at 10 and my husband's tournament ended. So I need to explain the router thing because it sounds insane out of context, and honestly it sounds pretty insane in context too. My husband Derek plays this online game. I'm not going to name it. It's the kind where 5 guys yell at each other through headsets for 6 hours and call it a hobby. For about a year it was fine. He'd play a couple nights a week after the kids went down, and I genuinely didn't care. I'm not the fun police. I have my own stuff. Then he joined what he calls a team, and that's when it stopped being a hobby and started being a second job that pays nothing and takes everything. The tournaments are the problem. They're on weeknights, they start late, and they run until whenever. There's no clock. It ends when it ends. So Derek would disappear into the office at like 8, and I wouldn't see him again until 1 in the morning. And the whole time our daughter has a fever or the dishwasher's leaking or the baby won't go back down. And I'm handling it solo while a grown man screams, rotate, rotate through a wall. I asked him to set limits. He said he couldn't just leave mid-game, it'd let the team down. I said, okay, so where's the line? Because right now there isn't one. He goes, it's not like it's every night. It's 4 nights this week, Derek. Playoffs are coming up. It'll calm down after. It did not calm down after. Playoffs became finals, became a new season. There's always a next thing. That's how these things are designed. There is no after. The night it broke was a Tuesday. Our son had a stomach bug. Actual vomiting, the kind where you're changing sheets at 11 and doing laundry in your pajamas. I knocked on the office door around 9 and said, hey, I really need help. He's sick. Derek didn't even turn around. He just lifted one hand off the mouse, palm out, the universal hold on gesture. Like I was a waiter refilling his water. I stood there for a second. Then I said, did you hear me? He's throwing up. Babe, I can't. We're in a match. It's the semis. I literally cannot leave right now. Your son is sick. You've got it. You always have it. That last part. You always have it. Like it was a compliment. Like being the one who always has it was a gift I'd chosen instead of a hole I'd fallen into. So I closed the door, quietly, and I went and took care of my kid, and I got him settled around 10, and I stood in the hallway outside that office listening to him yell, we're actually gonna win this, through the door, and something in me just went very, very calm. The router lives in the hall closet. I opened it. The yelling stopped like someone hit mute on the whole house. Then I heard the chair. Then the door. What happened? My game just... He saw me standing there holding the cable. Are you serious right now? Match is over, I said. We were winning. Do you understand what you just did? You DC'd me in the semifinals. The whole team, we're done. That's the season. Cool. You can't just, that's my thing. That's my thing. You don't get to your thing. I said unplugged our life for a year and I let it. So no, not tonight. Not while he's sick down the hall you didn't check on. He stared at me like I'd grown a second head. You could have just talked to me. I actually laughed. Derek, I have talked to you. I have talked to you every single week for a year. You put your hand up at me tonight. So this is me talking in a language you'll actually hear. He tried a different angle, went soft. You know how much that team means to me. I do. I said, that's the problem. You know what our son having a fever means to you? Nothing, apparently, because you didn't move. He didn't have anything for that. He just stood there in the hallway in his gaming headset with the mic still flipped down, and I watched him realize there was no version of this where he came out looking okay, and I watched him hate that. Give me the router back, he said finally. It's in the closet. It's been in the closet the whole time. You just never had a reason to notice. I went to bed. He slept on the couch, I assume out of protest, though nobody was keeping him off the bed. In the morning, he'd texted the team something, I don't know what, and by the weekend, he'd stepped back from competitive, which is his phrasing, not mine. The router's still in the closet, and now, funny thing, every single night at 10, whether he's playing or not, it just quietly stops working.